Thank you for joining the Build Overview for eSchool Data version 12.1. Today we're going to go over some of the newly enhanced items included in this release. The first item that we're going to go over is a new permission. If we navigate to System, Administration, and Group Maintenance, under the module level permissions and special permissions, you'll find a new permission called Bypass SSO. Users with this permission will be able to log in using their eSchool Data credentials using the generic URL. The next update is also for single sign-on. If your staff log in using your district-specific URL, when they log out, instead of being directed to the generic URL, they'll now be directed to the district-specific URL again. The next updates that can be found are for user maintenance. If we navigate to System Administration and User Security Information, you're going to find two new columns available from this page. When reviewing your user security information and your user accounts, you'll find a new column to indicate whether or not users are active or inactive when searching by all staff. You will also find a new column that's going to indicate whether or not the staff account is linked, so that you can see whether or not the staff member might have an account that will display under cross-building assignments. Additionally, if you select Group Maintenance and select the group users, you're going to see this new checkbox that's going to default to display active users only. If this option is deselected, then any user accounts that are inactive that would still have this user group assigned to them will also display in this list. And finally, under System Administration and Access Rights by Menu and Module, you have the ability to run this for district only or for all buildings. And again, we have also included that active column to show whether or not these user accounts are active or inactive. The next update is for the attendance closeout. If we navigate to Student Attendance and Attendance Closeout Defaults, you'll see a new column available for use when you're using the period default option. This new option is for absences only. This option can be used when you have a default closeout period that does not fall within the first period of the school day. This is going to allow buildings to decide whether or not they wish to push tardies to their daily status. So if you wish to only have absences from your default closeout period pushed to your daily status, then you would select this option. If you would like the closeout to behave as it always has with your period default, you will leave your closeout as is without selecting this option. This option should only be used if you do not wish to see tardies pushed to your daily status through the closeout. The next is an update regarding MTSS labeling. If we navigate to Program, you're going to see that what was previously AIS and RTI has now been updated to MTSS. All reports and labels that previously displayed as AIS and RTI within eSchool Data have now been updated to MTSS. So you can find MTSS on all of these reports as well as within the student profile. The final updates are in relation to iGender changes throughout the application. Within Teacher Connect, when you look at the teacher settings, you're no longer going to see an option for student gender. Per state guidelines, staff members should not have access to the student's birth gender, but should only have access to the student identified gender. So identified gender is available as a column for teachers to be able to turn on and off. Additionally, in Teacher Connect, we're no longer displaying colors along with the people icons, so these will no longer be blue or pink based on gender. All of the person icons are going to be gray. These iGender changes are going to be updated throughout the application. So if you'd like a full list of areas within the application that were changed from gender to iGender, those can be found within the release notes. This next update is a preview of something that will be available prior to the 12.2 release, but was not fully included in the 12.1 release. If we navigate to Interoperability, ESP, and Settings, you're going to see a new URL that is a district-specific URL for the Guru application. With the future release that is coming out, this is going to be available to be used so that districts can utilize single sign-on when accessing the login from Guru. This URL is not going to be fully accessible with the 12.1 release, but will be coming out prior to the 12.2 release, so be on the lookout for a notification on when this is going to be available for use. That concludes the highlights for Release 12.1. Please visit the Release Notes tab within the Help site for more information.